It's hard to believe, but bodybuilder, actor and former California Governor Schwarzenegger turned 75 on July 30th. Some people know the Terminator from his earlier roles in movies, others began following Arnold Schwarzenegger since his appearances in bodybuilding competitions. The truth is that the young Arnie connected his life with the weightlifting much earlier than with the cinema. At the age of 14, Schwarzenegger hit the gym for the first time, where he realized that his days would never be the same. Falling in love with bodybuilding with all his soul, the guy hit the gym and started pumping iron, so when he was 17 he first took part in competitions in bodybuilding. And in 1967, as a 20-year-old sportsman, Arnold Schwarzenegger won his first title, Mr. Universe, and became the youngest ever winner of this competition. Not stopping there, Arnold continued to develop his body and exercise. In 1970, the future governor of California takes part in the fight for the title of Mr. Olympia, an extremely important international competition in bodybuilding. And again a victory, and again a record. For the first time in this competition, Schwarzenegger wins at the age of 23, and he is the youngest ever to win the title. Arnie won the Mr. Olympia title for the next 6 consecutive years. Schwarzenegger is 30 years old in the photo. He's handsome, athletic, and incredibly strong. Just look at those muscles. At 35, Schwarzenegger becomes the idol of millions of teenagers from around the world when the movie Conan the Barbarian is released. The actor was cast in the lead role, which brought him cinematic popularity. Although Schwarzenegger starred in movies and TV series as early as 1969, it was the role of Conan that made him famous not only as a guy with a cool figure, but also as a talented actor. A relatively young, but still gorgeous and brutal-looking Arnold becomes world-famous by reincarnating as a robot from the future. Schwarzenegger was 37 years old when he played the iconic Terminator. That's when the actor conquered all of Hollywood masculinity, toughness, and a mountain of muscles. And the phrase of his character "I'll be back" entered the top of the most famous movie quotes. Having become a real sex symbol, the Terminator returns to the screens in the second part. The 44-year-old Arnie does not throw around phrases to the wind. Promised to come back? He kept his word. Even though the years are taking their toll and they show their wrinkles on the actor's face, Schwarzenegger still looks pretty good. Regular workouts help to keep his attractiveness even though the actor is not a boy anymore. In 2003, the popular actor and bodybuilder Arnold Schwarzenegger decided to radically change his life and enter politics. As a result, the celebrity is elected governor of California, despite the fact that the Terminator has never had any political experience. And now, if you look at the photos of those times, it becomes clear, at 56, Arnie doesn't look young and beautiful, gradually turning into a grandfather. This is where you can really see that there is no trace of Arnold Schwarzenegger's former stature. At 66, the ex-governor dares to play a role for his age, so in the film Escape Plan by Michael Hofstrom looks though brutal, but an old man. It's unusual to see the Terminator with gray hair. And again about the Terminator. It is clear that the role, which brought international fame, will constantly be glimpsed in the biography of the actor. The 6th film of the Terminator Dark Fates franchise is coming out in 2019. The brilliant Arnold Schwarzenegger is back on screen. But, horror, the grandfather here is already 72 years old. It's clear that even despite his proper diet and sports, the ex-governor doesn't look too good. Age is taking its toll, after all. Terminator fans soon had questions, but why has the robot aged so much? The answer was that only the human shell had aged, and the metal skeleton was normal. Well, that's what science fiction is all about. We all remember the time of the quarantine in 2020 with horror. Most of us were bored in our apartments and gained extra pounds. But Arnold Schwarzenegger's self-isolation was fun. The actor exercised with his donkey and mini-horse, rode in an SUV, and broadcast to his subscribers to stay safe at home. It's easy to talk about such things when you can walk a pony on your villa grounds. How Schwarzenegger even thought of buying a donkey is unclear, apparently senile. By the way, it was in 2020 that Arnie officially became a grandfather. His daughter Catherine, a writer and wife of actor Chris Pratt, gave birth to a son. However, you can tell from the Terminator for a long time that he is still a grandfather. Today Arnold Schwarzenegger looks like a typical retired old man. He rides a bike, has dogs, and wears a gray beard, trying to look as brutal as he did 20 years ago. The latest photo clearly shows that the actor is indeed 75. But even if the Terminator has aged, he still regularly pulls weights and tries to maintain tone in his aging flabby muscles.